Today we're going to look at the Norberg and Linden colored pencil set. It's a soft core colored pencils with a sharpener, eraser, as well as a practice pad. And it comes in this wonderful box. It's a fairly heavy cardboard box, and it has a magnetic little strip that keeps the box closed. Now we're going to take a look inside the box. Let's see if I can do this without hitting you. So in the box, we've got getting started, prepare, all sorts of information here at the top of the box. Coloring, effects. Ooh, it's even got a little card here that was stuck. That's kind of cool. It's a thank you for purchasing card. So it gives you a lot of information on how to use the colored pencils, which is great for beginners. This is a fantastic set. I know Christmas is coming up soon. It gives you a lot of information and a lot of great abilities. I'm not going to say anything about beyond opening the box at this point. I will at the end after we do this swatching. So it has a practice pad. I haven't opened this yet. So we'll open that and take a look and see what's inside the practice pad. Let's see if, of course, I should have at least started the peeling of the plastic. Where's my scissors? Because the plastic is on there really good. Now, Clark Lind actually sent me this set for review. So this set was not purchased by me. It was sent for review. I did let him know that I will do a honest review of the product. I do believe it is on. It is for sale on Amazon. Okay. I almost got it open, guys. There we go. Can't believe that. All right, so the practice pad. Ooh, it's got colored pictures in it. Ooh, very toothy paper. Nice. It's quite thick. And it's got some pretty mandalas in it. It's very, very toothy paper. This is really nice. It's got some really cool little mandalas in it. And we'll I think use one of these mandalas to test the pencils. If I can. I don't think I'll color an entire one because that would take a while, but like this one here would take forever. But they've got some really, really intricate ones and some simple ones, which is really cool. Is this whole no? Okay. So it looks like almost half of it are these mandalas. And then we have some really good, thick, toothy colored pencil paper underneath. So a little bit, yeah, a little bit over half, a little bit under half of it is mandalas, and then the rest is just really good, thick, toothy paper, which is great. So we'll be looking at that. It's a 100-pound GS or Gs. So that's a little bit heavier than I usually use, but it's got 15 mandala designs and 15 practice pages. So that's really cool. Now they do have their own little swatch map that tells you about what colors they are. They are numbered and named, and this has them in numeric order. And as you can see just by looking at it, it is not sorted in color family. And when I put them in a colored pencil bag, because that's what I do, I will probably resort them and re-swatch them in colored order. I am going to swatch them for you in numeric order today, just to keep everything cohesive on the color map. So that's cool. And on the back of that, it's a thank you for purchasing. It tells you what's in. If anything arrives broken, discolored, or otherwise different from your expectations, to give them a reach out. And of course, you know, if you enjoy the product, review on Amazon. They're based out of Utah, and you know, they're a small family-based business, which is great. All right, so the set itself comes with a vinyl eraser, nice looking little eraser, and a little pencil sharpener. And it's a little metal pencil sharpener, so that's pretty good. And 3 trays of colored pencils. Let's see. Let's see if I can do this without knocking everything off my desk. So that's tray 1. And here's tray 2. Now, when I got these, none of them were too badly broken. I did have a couple that were a little broken, but nothing you would not expect in shipping. You know, it didn't seem that any of the cores were broken all the way through or anything. So that's the 3 trays of the colors. And like I said, they are in numeric order, not in color family order. And that's the way I will swatch them. But the box is really cool. It is a nice thick cardboard box, so you could definitely keep your pencils in this box if you wanted to, which is great as well. Now I am going to swatch these, and I will do the speed up on the swatch because, you know, it does take some time to swatch pencils. So I will do a speed up on that swatch. And when we get back from the swatch, I'll go through and sharpen some pencils and take a look at the cores and at the barrels and at the swatches that we're going to do, so that I can show you how well they swatch, and then we will do a bit of a color in one of these practice mandalas. So I will start swatching those in just a moment, and I hope you enjoy the swatch, and I will see you right after it. Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, so we've done up that swatch sheet and we've gone through and put them all in the swatch book. And like I said, they are done numerically. I'm going to switch you over to the other camera so you can see a little bit better and turn on the light. Oh, there we go. So we've got black, Helios Blue, cadmium yellow, white, mauve, sanguine, Helios Blue, burnt umber, cadmium orange, light green, pink carmine, olive green, black brown black, which I think is a sepia color, but I'm not sure. Salmon, lemon, orange yellow. You know, it's got a lot of variety for each color family, which is really good. It's got several different greens, and different levels of green, which is really, really good. Same with the yellows. Because they're so spread out, it's really difficult to tell how many reds and that sort of thing are in here. There's quite a few orange colors, which is really cool because some sets are very lacking on orange. It's got a couple of good purples. Now this fuchsia and mulberry are very, very close together, but mulberry is a bit darker. Now, while I was watching the swatch, there was a light that was glinting off of a lot of the swatches. So they were looking like they were waxy, chalky, and they're not. It's just the way that the light was hitting them. And one of the numbers I messed up and I put number 27 where number 26 should be, and 20, so I had to switch them around. But there are 72 colors in this set. And like I said, for a gift set and a starter set, it is a very nice set. The colors lay down quite well. The book I'm using, of course, is Patty Duffy's Lots of Swatches for Colorists and Other Artists. This swatch book came out after I did the review on the other swatch books that she did. And she made some adjustments to her swatch books to contain nothing but swatches. This whole book, fantastic book, is just swatch pages. So it will be the book that I will be doing all of my new pencil set swatches in, so that I have them all in one place. I will probably pull them out and put them in in my little binder in their alphabetical order, but the pencils did really well on the paper that is in Patty Duffy's book. And it's not horribly thin paper, but it's not thick like is in the little book that you get. So we're going to test these pencils on sharpening. Now, it does come with a little sharpener. So first we're going to test with that little sharpener. I am not good at all with sharpeners, so I hope that they don't break horribly because of my lack of ability with a handheld sharpener. And we'll be able to find that out when I sharpen them with a regular sharpener. Which one needs it? This one here needs a little bit of a sharpen. So I've got the white here, which is number 4. And they've got the Norberg and Linden on the barrel, the name of the pencil. I'm going to switch it back over, see if I can get a better view without the light for you. So they've got the name on the pencil as well as a number on the end of the pencil, which is really good. Now, when you put these in your pencil case, if you do that, the color and the number are not going to be covered up by the elastic band in the pencil case, which is great too. So I'm just going to put this over top of it here so that I can catch the shavings. Just give a couple of twists. The sharpener seems pretty sharp. It seems to sharpen them up pretty good. And I didn't break it. Yay me! And it does come to a very nice hard point. There doesn't seem to be any cracks in the barrels or anything that I can see. There, let me turn that light on there. There is a join line where the two parts of the barrels join together, and that's a stop line from where I stopped sharpening. So they seem to work really, the sharpener seems to work really well. Like I said, I am not very good with handheld sharpeners at all. I always end up breaking the pencil. So the fact that it actually sharpened and didn't break on me is a bonus, because yeah, normally it would just break. So we're going to go through these and take a look at a few of them, because I noticed a couple had some difficulties, like this one here. It came this way, it came broken, so I think that was a shipping issue. Now I'm not going to attempt sharpening another one with their sharpener, because like I said, I am really bad with those types of sharpeners. So I'm going to stick this in my handheld sharpener, or my crank sharpener here, and it's a Doll 133. Okay, so, and that sharpened down really nice. The break and everything else seems to have gone, so that's good. Now I know my Doll sharpener and other sharpeners like it. For example, electric sharpeners will eat up the pencils quite a bit. So as you can see, this one here, the one that I just sharpened, is quite a bit shorter than the regular pencil as you get it out of the box. You know, unlike the white that I sharpened with their sharpener. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the mandala book. Like I said, the one thing that I don't particularly like about this set is that they are not in color family. I love the fact that they've got the names on them, they've got the numbers on them, but when I sort these out and put them in their color family, I'm going to have to go by color, not by number. And sometimes some of the color names you wouldn't think were matching to that color, like brown black. You know, that isn't one that I would automatically look for. However, as a beginner, I used to call, you know, sepia and umber and all those things brownie blacks or blacky brown, or, you know, so it is really good for people that are just starting out, that don't have all of the names from other brands and other sets stuck in their brains. I have so many sets of pencils that I'm pretty much, you know, look at a color now and go, ooh, that's sanguine, or ooh, that's, you know, forest green, or, you know, so I'm a little bit tainted that way. What's this on the back? It's just part of the book. So we're going to take a quick look here, of course, at the practice pad. We've already looked at it once, but we're going to try to find a small mandala, one that we can test these pencils out on and not be here forever with. Now I will be adding these to the chart that I've already started for my hoard in the next couple of days. So there'll be a new video out for that. Now these aren't perforated, but if you press the binding, you can pull them out fairly simply. Of course I tore it, but that's all right. So this is the one that we're going to test on. We're not going to color the whole thing, so don't worry, we're not going to be here all day. We're just going to test a few different colors on it, just to see, first of all, how well these colors react to this kind of paper. and how well they blend and that sort of thing. So I'm going to sharpen this up because it is got a dull point from me doing the swatching. When I was doing the swatching, I found that they were quite soft, and that they covered really quickly, really nicely. So I'm going to switch you over to the other camera so you can see what I'm doing here. There we go. So it's going on quite nicely. Now in their little instruction packet there, it says don't throw the pencil across the room. No, it does tell you to gradually build up your color, which a lot of us already know. But on this paper, like I said, it is very, very toothy. So you're going to have a lot of tooth go through if you don't build the color up. You know, you could, mash the tooth down and, color really hard on it, but there's no point in that. Okay, so that one was the pink carmine. And we're just going to go over the bottom part of that with a little bit of sanguine. And I should have sharpened this because I dulled it down. And then we'll take the white and we'll see how well those two blend together. Now the white seems to be a very white pencil. It's not like some other pencils that have pencil sets that have white in it. When you put down the white, it doesn't show. So I'm just going to do this just to show you how well that white shows. And it has taken over that red. I don't know if you can see that very well. It took over the red quite nicely. So the red is now a deep pink, so that's really cool. I must say that the paper itself, I know it's supposed to be this way, so it's not a problem with the paper at all. I do have a bit of a sensory touch issue, and this paper is a little bit rougher than I would ever use because I don't like the feeling of it. Okay, so let's try a yellow. And it does seem to be going down quite nicely. And like I said, the cores of these are very smooth. They do seem to be a bit of a thinner pencil. They remind me quite a bit of Castle Arts pencils in their size. The yellows are nice and bright, and they seem to cover a lot more of that white spot really quickly, which is great. Now, as you know, some of the darker colors, you're going to see more of that white spot show through than with the lighter colors, especially with a really toothy paper. So something that doesn't show with yellow will show with dark red or green, and we're going to test those colors as well. So that lighter yellow was lemon, and this one is cadmium yellow. So the darker yellow that I just put down is cadmium yellow. Now we're going to try Helios Blue. Oh, this one needs a sharp. Now I'm just grabbing random colors, so I didn't plan out what colors I was going to color with or what picture I was going to color with, because I wanted you guys to experience just grabbing different colors and seeing what they can do. Of course, I'm not trying to do proper color combinations or anything like that. I'm just seeing what the pencils can do themselves individually. Okay. So like I said, with it being really toothy paper, you're going to see a lot of the white spot here. It doesn't come with a blender, but I will try to blend it with my Prismacolor blender, because that's one that a lot of people have and have available to them. If you don't have a blending pencil and you want to try to blend these colors, of course, use your white. But like I said, the white in this set is very white, so it does change the color. So it does, if you're blending it a red, it is going to go to a dark pink. So if you don't have a colorless blender and you're going to blend these without the colorless blender, you're going to end up changing the color if you use the white. Of course, you can use a lighter version of the color you're using, which will lighten it a little bit, but it'll stay in that color. For example, this area here, I'm just going to blend it with ultramarine, which seems to be a bit of a lighter color than the Helios Blue, but not enough that it takes that color away. And one of these days I will do a video on blending techniques that I use. I can't say that they're correct at all, or the way that you're supposed to do it. It is just the way I do it. And like I said, you just take the lighter color, go over top of it, and blend it together. And get all that white spot having color on it. And it seems to work pretty good. So it seems to blend very well, which is really good. Now we're going to do a green. Let's see. What color is this one? Of course, the green I want, of course, is on a different layer. Now, a couple of the pencils, like for example, the juniper here, I did find that the numbers, see if I can get that to show you. So the 1 here and the 4, the silver has come off of those numbers. The numbers are still there, but the silver paint has come off of them a little bit. We're just gonna do this. Give that a sharpen, no breakage. Oh, a little bit. There's a little bit of a kick there, but not anything that can't be colored with. And the next one we're going to use is Parisian Blue, or Parisian Green, sorry. And of course it needs to be sharpened. I gotta empty my sharpener soon. All right. But there's no breaks in the barrels. The leads are in there quite nicely. They're not popping out on me. And I'm just going to put down a little bit of this color here. And it, like I said, it's laying down very nicely. Even on this extremely toothy paper. And of course, I could press harder and get it to cover everything quite quickly. However, it's best with this brand of pencil just to build that color up so that you're not breaking your pencils and breaking the tooth of the paper. Okay, so we've covered the yellow, the reds, the pinks, the blues, and the greens. And the blending ability of color on color blending as well as white on color, white blending. And this green, I'm going to blend it with my Prismacolor blending pencil. Let's see, where is it? There it is. So this is a Prismacolor colorless blender. Make sure I don't have any color on it. And we're just going to try to get rid of that tooth. And smooth out that color a bit. Bring that darker color in. And it seems to blend quite well with the colorless blender of bringing those two colors together and getting rid of that color seam. Same with up here. Just bring those two colors together, get rid of that color seam, and get rid of that tooth show through there. Okay. I think we'll just do two more color families, the purples and the oranges. So we've got a couple of purples here. Trying to put them back in order here. So we've got mulberry, which is that darker purpley pink color. And let's see, Dana's Orchid, or Diana's Orchid, Denia's Orchid. So it's an orchid color. So we know that the orchid color is lighter because we did a swatch. So we're going to start with that. And of course I've got to sharpen because I didn't do it beforehand. Again, a good sharpen on it, no breakage, no split in the wood. And it lays down quite nice. Sometimes you get the odd color that just doesn't seem to have any pigmentation to the color. And it just is so light that there's no point to it. I have found that with a few different brands in their purples, and like their really light purples, as well as their yellows, their really light yellows. So this doesn't seem to have that problem. Now I do see that this wood is uneven on this pencil. So I'm going to sharpen it and see if it's just a sharpen issue or if it's the lead is off center in the barrel. So the lead in this one is off center in the barrel, but it's not huge. It's not a lot off center. It's just enough that it's brings up that wood a little bit. When you sharpen it, it doesn't interfere with your coloring like some other ones I've tested, where the pencil itself, the lead was so off center, and the wood of the pencil just went right up to the tip of the lead no matter which way I sharpened it, and that just interferes with coloring with it. So yeah, if it interferes with coloring with it, then there's no point to it. And this one's not too bad. And it's one of the first one I've seen where that is an issue at all. So that's really good. And we've gone through what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pencils. So out of a 72 set, to go through 10 pencils and only have one that is off center is pretty good. Okay, so I'm just going to take that lighter pencil again and just go over and blend them together. Now there's two different warmths to these the purples that I've put together here. One's a cooler purple, more into the blues, and one is a warmer purple, more into the reds. So you can definitely see the line of where it goes together, and I wanted to do that on purpose so that I could show you when you blend those together, there's not actually, it becomes one color. It's not actually a stark line of, oop, there's the color ending there and the next color starting there. And the best way to do that, of course, is when you lay down your first color, just bring it up a little bit higher than you want it to be. And don't do it really heavy-handed at that point. Do it fairly light. Go over that area with the darker color or whatever color you want to go over it with, and then bring your lighter color over it again just to bring that together. Now I am going to take this one and get rid of that tooth because this side has a little more tooth than the other side. I'm just going to bring them together and cover that tooth. So there's our purples. Like I said, just need to work that line a little bit, make sure that it goes deeper into each other. And there we have it. Alrighty, now we're going to try an orange. So we need a dark orange and a light orange. So we have orange yellow, if I can get it out of the box, and regular orange. Like I said, both pencils don't seem to have any problems on them. There is a bit of a difference in the barrel, in the coloring in the barrel, I noticed. One is really matte and one seems to be a little bit shinier. This one has a, looks like it might be a break in the wood, or a grain in the wood that's sticking up a little bit. No breakage up here on the pencil itself where the lead is. So let's see how they sharpen. So that sharpened pretty good. No breakage on the lead, no split of the pencil, which is really good. Now for the light one. And again, a good sharp on it, no breakage of the pencil. And the wood is very smooth. A lot of times I have different pencils that do it to me. Sometimes you get a wood that just seems really rough, like really pitted, which is weird. You don't ever, touch that area except for when you're dusting off, taking the dust off of your pencil before coloring with it, but it just looks off. And I have a couple of different sets that are that way. It doesn't affect the pencil at all. It just weirds me out. It makes me wonder if it's just going to crack off in my hand. Okay, so we've got the yellow orange and we've got orange here. Now, of course, the yellow orange is more to the yellow than the regular orange. which is fine because that's what we wanted. Now I'm just going to bring that in, blend it together. Now I'm not going over the entirety of the orange color because I don't want it to be changed. I want it to be that orange color. If I was to go over it entirely with the yellow, it would change it to a lighter orange color. And that's not what we want. Well, that's not what I want anyway. Okay, so there we have it. So we have done at least two pencils from each color family, except for, of course, the grays and the blacks. But we've done two pencils from the color families that have a depth to them that makes it easier to see. Now, of course, I'm going to quickly just give this a little bit of a blend with the Colorless Blender because, like I said, I don't want to change the colors of that very much. So the Colorless Blender, of course, is fantastic if you want to blend something, but you don't want to change that color. So in here we've got a red and a pink, and then the light and the dark yellow, and two different levels of blue, a dark blue into a medium blue. And of course I did this one because the two blues are very close together in color. So I wanted to be able to blend them with just using the lighter color. And they blended just fine. I've got a little bit of tooth show there. So I could have probably gone over that with another layer. Or if you find that it's at the color that you want and you don't want any deeper color layer on it, just go over it with your blending pencil. And then we've got the greens, a dark green into a light green, the purples, a warm purple into a cool purple into a warm purple, and then the oranges, a warm yellow into an orange. So they did very well on this extremely toothy colored pencil paper that comes with the set. So if you draw your own pictures, it does have blank sheets where you can draw your own pictures and color them with this set, or any other colored pencils that you have or want to color with. Like I said, the set does come with 3 lovely trays, this wonderful practice pad that has 15 mandala designs, 15 basic pages, which you can draw on and practice on. It does have all of the tips and techniques listed on the box so that you can go through different levels. You know, teaches you how to draw it, you know, basically to choose a color or draw it. Gently using light strokes, fill in the colors that you want, and then get into a little bit deeper, and then blending and varnishing, burnishing. It does come with its own eraser, and I'm gonna switch you over. Does come with its own eraser as well as its own pencil sharpener. The pencil sharpener is a good quality sharpener. I was able to sharpen the white quite nicely with it. I didn't find any massive breakages in it. I did have a couple of chips and whatnot in the tips, and I think that is due to shipping. I have not found any that continue to break after I sharpen them so far, but I don't see that happening because sometimes you can tell just by the wood, how the wood is sitting on the lead, on whether that's going to keep breaking or not. Like if you pick up a pencil and it's coming apart like this one here, looks like it might be a problem, give it a tug. If the end doesn't come out of it, it's not a problem. It's just a little bit of damage that happened during shipping, which is very normal. Does come with, like I said, that adorable little book there of practice sheets, as well as some practice mandalas. They blend and color very nicely. Get rid of that light so you can see it better. They blend and color very nicely. The colors are numbered and named. They are not put in the box in their number family. They do go down on this very toothy paper really nicely. And like I said, they're numbered and named, but as you can see, they're definitely not sorted in family, which for some of us is very important. For others, we'll just sort them in number family, re-swatch them, and list them under color. So with that, I think it's a wonderful set of colored pencils for anybody that wants to start out in coloring, as well as anyone that just wants to build their colored pencil hoard. You know, well, I should say collection, not hoard, but collection, because it's versatile. It's easy to carry around. You just throw this whole thing in your backpack and off you go. And other than that, I have no issues with it. I think that it is a wonderful set. I hope they come out with some larger sets, because yeah, I need all the colors, because yeah, I need so many pencils. I have so many already, but I love my pencils. So I want to thank Clark Linden for sending me this set. I definitely 2 thumbs up with it. No problems whatsoever with the cores. They are really soft. I wouldn't, be heavy-handed with them. I found no breakage. The sharpener works really well. The practice pad is perfect for colored pencils. And I didn't test the eraser, but I'm quite sure with the type of eraser that it is, it will work just fine. Of course, if you want to, see more videos like this, or learn more about any of the products that we may come in contact with, of course, hit the subscribe button there and make sure you ring the bell so that you get notification of our video.